What's up, nail friends? Today I'm going to show you how I did this beautiful, elegant baby boomer set that could be used as wedding nails as well. This is a long video, so I'll leave timestamps in the description box for you to skip through if you want. So let's get started. I'm just starting by clipping off and removing the crystals from her last set, which was also filmed, so click the right corner to see that or check the description box. Here I'm just using a coarse cone carbide to remove most of her old set. I go over the nails a few times and then I'll switch to a different finger so that my carbide doesn't heat up and burn her. She also has a thin layer of clear acrylic under the set which protects her natural nails, but we also want to get to it and get off this white because I'm using a nude on this set and I don't want any old color showing through. Once I've debulked the nails a bit, I'm now spraying the nails with alcohol to push back and scrape the cuticles off her nail plate. I'm just taking a brand new hand file that I've scored the edges of. This is a 100 to 180 grit, and I'm just going around and fixing her shape. I wanted to keep these long, so I didn't take any length off. Now I'm using a little cuticle bit to remove any skin off her nail plate. I'll leave everything I used in the description box and where to get them, so check in there to find this bit. This bit is super gentle and every one I use it on says it feels like a nice massage. To prep these nails, I'm using Ugly Duckling Prep. Prep is just used to dehydrate the nail before priming. The bonder I'm using is Elite Power Base. This is my favorite one ever, but it's super hard to find, and everyone seems to be out of stock at the moment, but I'll still leave where you can find it in the description box for when it's back in stock. Okay, now for the fun part. To start these nails, I'm using Glam & Glitz Beyond Pale. This is an amazing off-white color that's actually perfect for doing baby boomers and French fades because it fades so nicely under cover pink for a seamless and flawless look, making baby boomers much easier to do. If you've ever struggled with French fades or baby boomers, I highly recommend getting this color to try. So with any faded design I do, I always start with the color at the tip. So I place a small bead at the tip and I push it down to cover the very tip of the nail. Then I flip my hand and drag some of the color towards the cuticle area using only the very tip of my brush in a gentle pulling motion. Don't aggressively pull the color, just use light even strokes and consistently wipe out your brush of the liquid, and don't play with it too much. I've said it in past videos before, but I'll say it again for anyone that's new here. Glam & Glitz is best to work with wet, so make sure your bead is wet enough when applying it. If it's too wet, it will slide and potentially drip off the nail, so don't have it be that wet. You just want it wet enough so that you can use your brush to sort of paint with it. If it's too dry, it will be grainy and potentially stick to your brush. Practice a lot when using a new product to get the correct ratios down. cover pink I'm using is Ugly Duckling Foo Foo Pink. I really like this pink as it pairs nicely with a lot of different skin tones. It's opaque, but it's not too opaque, if you know what I mean. I didn't mention that the brush I'm using in this entire set is my Ugly Duckling number 10 brush. I place the Foo Foo Pink near the cuticle area, and with the tip of my brush, I push it up towards the cuticle to try to make it flush with light dabbing motions. I start pulling the color down both the sidewalls, and then I gently drag and pull the color down the nail. And with a wet brush, I sort of paint over the white, making it fade together perfectly. I'm encapsulating 6 of the nails now using my Ugly Duckling Clear. The reason I'm doing that first is because I'll be using glitter on the other 4 nails, and once it gets in my brush and stays there, it'll get in the monomer and then you'll get glitter on the other nails by accident. So I do this when I'm doing matte nails or full black sets paired with glitter to avoid any unwanted glitter flakes where they shouldn't be. To encapsulate, I apply one big bead near the cuticle area and then I wipe off my brush. Then I push the clear up towards the cuticle, and then again I gently drag it down to the free edge while trying to also create an apex. Sometimes one bead won't cut it, and you'll have to add more, and that's okay. Just keep checking your side view to make sure that you have the apex in the correct area so that your client has nice strong nails. For the glitter on these, I'm applying Glam and Glitz White Sand, and I'm mixing it with Light Elegance Gold Sparkle Pretties to create a beautiful see-through gold iridescent glitter. I'm applying a tiny amount at the very tip of the nail, and then I'm using the tip of my brush to drag it up into the pink. After all 4 fingers are done, I go back and now I can encapsulate them. So here's how they look before they're filed. And now I'm just taking the same cone carbide I used. This one is kind of a little bit different than a normal cone carbide, as it's coarse, but it looks fine, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't take big chunks out or leave any dents. So I really like this one for finish filing. I'm just going around the cuticle area and just trying to debulk these nails. I always try to apply super thin, and I like to apply my nails so that I have minimal finish filing to do at the end. So that's why you see me doing very minimal, just debulking, and then I'm going to go in with a hand file and finish up. I finish file the same way on every set, so if you guys want to check out my acrylic tutorial playlist for more finish filing techniques, they're all the same, but they're all in there. I hold the hand file and I go over the sidewalls to start. Then I go over the whole nail to smooth out any lumps and bumps and make a nice even surface. To finish off my finish filing, I always take a white buffing block and just go over the whole surface, trying to get rid of any prominent scratches. Then I'm just wiping off all the dust, and then I'm flipping her hand over and I'm taking a more sharper cone carbide kind of bit and just filing her natural nail out from underneath. I decided on her middle fingers to do a hand painted design, so I'm using Selena Ride Stripey and Light Elegance Just White Buttercream. And I just decided to do like a little design. I didn't actually look one up, so both the designs I did here were just something I did on the top of my head. So you'll want to coat your brush evenly with the buttercream or any kind of paint you're using, just so you don't get any blobs or any big chunky spots, and then you just want to drag it into place. These brushes are super great. I love the Light Elegance Selena Ride Stripey. This one is probably my favorite and most used striping brush I've ever used, because every stripe you do kind of goes on super even and you can't really screw up with this. So if you guys are also looking for a nice striping brush, I highly recommend this one. Once I was happy with my design, I had her flash cure for only 5 seconds just so the color wouldn't move out of place, but it would still be sticky. So I'm using the Light Elegance Little Fluff and the same gold sparkles I used on her other nails and just wiping it onto that tacky layer of gel. Then I gave that a cure and then working on the second hand. This set wouldn't be complete without some crystals, so I'm using Kira Sky base and I'm using my Crystal Princess crystals. So I'm using Crystal Clear and Crystal AB to just do some designs. Use code SarahS30 and spend over $30 and you'll get a pack of 50 crystals with your order. If you put the code in, it won't say anything on your end, but it will say something on their end and you will get your crystals. So SarahS30 to get your pack of 50 crystals. The top coat I'm using is Kira Sky No Wipe Top Coat, and I'm just covering all of these nails in that. This one's kind of a thicker top coat, so it's super nice to cover any kind of hand painted designs because you won't feel them underneath. It's also great to push it around the crystals and then they don't pop off at all. Well, they don't anyway with the Kira Sky base, but this just helps ensure that they definitely won't come off. Give that a full cure, and here is the finished results. What do you guys think of the super pretty and elegant baby boomer set? This will definitely look great for a wedding set, and I'm actually just obsessed. I think that these are probably my most favorite nails I've ever done. So I hope this tutorial has helped someone figure out how to do baby boomers, and let me know in the comment section what you guys would like to see next. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep your nails long and your glitter strong.